right, let's get to what you all want to talk about. All right, ladies, you're 0-2 against this guy. 0-2. All right, but you learn more from your losses than your wins. So, let's get into the game tape. All right, ladies, enough with the pantsuit. Okay, it's not working. Stop trying to have respect for yourselves. You don't win the office like on policy, you know? You gotta whore it up a little. I'm not saying go full Hooters, but find the happy medium between Applebee's and your dad didn't stick around. All right, you all know how to get a free drink. Okay, and I know, listen, I know a lot of ugly women, feminists, don't want to hear this message. But just tease them a little bit. Make a farmer feel like he's got a shot. Swing a state over a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I am so psyched that this stupid election is finally over. It took forever. You know? Yeah. Everybody knew who they were voting for 4 years ago. And then they just drag you through a year and a half of this stuff. Like, who was sitting there watching the debate, like, still not decided? Two of the most polar opposite people ever. It's like, all right, let's see. What does the orange bigot have to say? How about the real estate agent that speaks through her nose? This is so difficult. It's like they overlap. I just can't make up my mind. I'll be honest with you. I can't believe Trump didn't win this thing like 4 months ago. You know? I know that's weird for younger people to hear, but like when I was a kid, if you were running for president and you got shot and you didn't die, that was the end of the election. There was nothing you could say, right? Everybody would just be like, this guy's the man. He is the king. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think the number one reason like Trump survived is all those herky-jerky movements that he does. You just can't like nail the guy down. I gotta be honest, the guy is a lunatic. He literally got shot and immediately jumped back up and started yelling in the direction the bullets were coming from, unarmed. That's not a sane human being. I would have been on the ground crying in the fetal position, like, all right, give me the truck. I don't want this job anymore. Just tell her she won. Tell her she won. But Trump's got all those weird, coming out. I think the guy couldn't get like a beat on him, And like right as he pulled the trigger, like Trump was just like, and Sleepy Joe, and the bullet went by his head. My favorite part of the campaign, though, was when Trump went to McDonald's. Wasn't that amazing? That's the only time I've ever seen that guy truly happy. Like he was glowing. When he got behind the counter, it was like he was behind stage at like Springsteen or something. He's like, oh my God, this is like where they make the French fries. And he was sticking a couple of extra in one. He goes, hey, whoever gets this one's going to be excited. It's like, oh my God, was that empathy? Other people, Donald? It's like when the Grinch came down the hill, bringing the toys back, and his heart got a little bigger.
Second one, would the president pardon or commute his son?
So I've answered this question before, and I was very clear, and I said no.
No.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no. Will he pardon his son? No.
Will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes. I'm extremely proud of my son, Hunter. I'm not going to do anything. I said I'd abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
The words of a president matter.
Hunter was singled out because he broke the law. He was singled out because he had an illegal gun and tax evasion charges, not because he was the president's son. And I just want Democrats to stop acting like they are on this moral high ground politically when they have shown us they're not, whether it's skipping the primary process when Biden stepped down and things like Biden pardoning his son. Stop acting like y'all the pure party and Republicans aren't. And it also shows me elected officials can do whatever they want as long as they have the political will and courage to do it.
Anything in the news that happened yesterday that you want to talk about, Big T?
Well, it's funny you should ask, because I'd been told for months, years even, Hunter Biden unequivocally, under no circumstances, would receive a pardon from his father. And then sure enough, Sunday Night News Dump, Hunter Biden has been pardoned.
For 10 years of crimes that he has been accused or would be accused of doing in the future.
Right.
So I think it's 2014 to 2024 is the time span for that. That would probably include the gun charges, the tax evasion, stealing all those hearts that he did.
Right.
Yeah. So
everything that was on the laptop that's not real.
Hunter he's free. He got a free play for 10 years, get out of jail free card from his dad. And yeah, I mean, they had said many times that he would not be pardoned.
That's the thing that pisses me off. I don't blame Biden for doing this.
Yeah, I think most people can understand if you have the opportunity to keep your son out of jail, you're probably going to do that, right?
Yeah, even if you don't agree with it, like I understand him doing it, but he said repeatedly, I will not do that.
Already links landlocked countries in Central Africa with the bid already undertaking internal consultations aiming at aligning this project with national people will not only facilitate the movement of people, goods and services, but will also promote shared prosperity and inclusive growth across the region. Tanzania is not we note the progress made on the development of the Ruby
Thank you so much. We're voting for you. We're rooting.
You like Trump?
Yeah, I feel like he did pretty good during his presidency.
So you don't mind my hat?
No, I don't mind at all.
So, because I mean, I did wear my hat when I approached you.
Yeah.
Did you see it when I approached you?
I didn't notice it.
You noticed it?
I don't.
And now that you see it, like, what are your thoughts? What comes to mind?
It still didn't change me. It's just a hat, and that's something you believe in. I support you.
Thank you so much. Would you vote for him if he comes back in 2024 against Biden?
Yes, I will.
Right now, because people are going out to vote, they have so much confidence, they're so excited. And guys, I know that showing you all of these videos is overkill. I know that this is a lot, but I just need you guys to see what is out there. And I want you to know how amazing this is. And again, these are just normal girls. They're not influencers. They're not political commentators. They are just happily sharing their values. And by the way, they are all stunning. But like, who's surprised? Somebody commented and said, let's appreciate the fact that MAGA chicks are 10 times prettier and smarter than the rest. And by the way, they're all much happier and they're smiling, which you never see from Democrat women. I mean, like this girl, she is adorable.
I'm a Republican voting for Mitt Romney.
But don't worry, guys. We're not done. Let's run it back yet again. Here's another. This girl said, voted today. Not going to tell anyone who I voted for, though. And then she said, LOL, JK, MAGA. I mean, here's another one. This girl just casually did an outfit of the day video in New York City where she lives with her MAGA hat on. Like, not even saying, like, hey, this is why I'm voting. Just casually wearing it around.
I, like, love this outfit. Especially with the hot color going on.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
Where do you think Kamala Harris and her campaign went wrong? Because obviously she wasn't resonating with the working class, the American people.
They were giving the wrong message. They were confused about what the average American person wants, which is basic things. Yeah. They want a good economy. They want work. They want cheap gas, cheap food. They want to be able to buy a home. it's just it's simple stuff, I mean, yeah, and the immigration, which is a massive issue.
Okay, inflation, they haven't focused enough on inflation. They haven't done enough to improve the
I
economy.
think it was weird because they couldn't campaign on that necessarily because everyone would just be like, okay, well, you.
Correct.
So they kind of, in a way, had to almost ignore it.
They didn't have a choice. You never speak to your weaknesses
For sure.
unless you have a counter message.
And what turned you away from, let's say, Kamala Harris? What made you not want to vote for her?
She's not experienced. Just she's never all the time. Whatever she says, she's not anything. Say something really special. You don't have anything. Something. Okay, we try to make it some different, change the world. Zero.
Yeah.
Nothing. She's never be anything you can see. I never see she say something really talk. Just a big smile. That's
Let me get this straight. This is our current lead of the Department of Health. This is our new one coming up. And people are throwing shade at what this man ate for Thanksgiving. Oh, watch this.
This is how we cook the mahaway. This is beef tallow fat. Look at this. See? You see my fingerprints there? And we cooked it up here. This is the dangerous part.
People are throwing shade at this man for frying his turkey in beef tallow. Even though it's known to be extremely nutrient dense, it is minimally processed, so it's going to keep all these nutrients in it. And other oils that are currently considered more acceptable are actually extremely bad for us. He talked about in this clip about how they're so popular because they're heavily subsidized by the government and that it's kind of just all corrupt. And I'm really not trying to get political here. I am just a massive fan of beef tallow and what it has done for me. So I do eat it with my food, but it is also literally what I rubbed on my face starting a couple months ago that cleared my acne for the first time in my entire life. So all these vitamins are really good for skin as well. Vitamin A is literally retinol, so it's good for acne. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did think it was just gonna be super greasy and like clog my pores, but you just use the littlest teeniest bit and it just feels so amazing. And it's definitely like smooth and shiny, but it's not like greasy and like caking up my pores at all. I'll say this is the one that I used, and it does have manuka honey and marigold extract in it, which are both supposed to be good for acne scars. I'm sure that definitely helped, and I can't speak on regular beef tallow because this is all I've tried, but if you guys want to check this one out, I just got on it.
Bro, I just had my man, there was a Trump rally out in Long Island. I had my man Jamar Milton go on behalf of the God Pod with Lord Jamar on YouTube. He said it was packed as fuck. He said, as a black man, he felt no racism whatsoever out there. They actually like brought him in type of shit. You know what I mean? Like he felt welcomed to be there by the people that was there. Who he didn't feel welcomed by were the demonstrators that were against Trump. They were the ones looking at him like, oh, what are you doing over there? Like, and he didn't have any Trump regalia or anything like that. He was just there to do interviews, just to say, why are you voting for Trump? Why are you voting for Kamala? Like, and he was being harassed by what we have now termed as radical Democrats. Okay? Because there are radical Democrats out there. What do you think that was who tried to assassinate Trump? Those are radical Democrats. Y'all are acting like the Republicans are the ones with the guns and all that. But radical Democrats have now twice tried to kill this.
The left is trying to claim they lost the election because people that voted for Donald Trump are just stupid. Not because their candidate put our country in additional $12 trillion in debt. Not because their candidate doesn't have a backbone and now we're on the brink of World War III. Not because their candidate can't do anything other than pander about social theorems that don't pay bills. Not because we have had close to 10 million illegal border crossings. Not to mention the only way that their candidate could possibly resonate with the middle class was to get $1 million celebrities on a stage to endorse her to talk about nothing other than vibes. I'm a young person who voted for Donald Trump, and I couldn't be more proud of every other young person that also voted for Donald Trump. As seen in the great film inspired by the Hillbilly Elegy, written by our wonderful future vice president, to the left, perch and swivel.
Do you know what I think is honestly the best part of the USA elections is that it proves definitely that the mainstream media and celebrities have completely lost their influence in the world, in society. For about 20 years, they've enjoyed fame, riches, and influence, and they had all of that. It is all gone. Like, it is gone. People do not trust the mainstream media. People do not trust celebrities who get on stage and pretend to cry when their job is being an actor. Like you think we're that stupid, right? And then people who sing, like Cardi B, who sing disgusting songs, want to give you political advice, or Taylor Swift. Your job is not a political commentator. People saw right through it. These influencers, these actresses and actors, they mean nothing in society anymore. And to be honest, they enjoyed far too much fame and far too much influence for their job. They were used as puppets to influence people. Same with the mainstream media, people like The View and CNN and things like that. They've enjoyed fame and influence for 20 or 30 years, but it's over. People are looking for alternative news, and they're looking for people to connect with the everyday people. And I'm telling you that this election is going to give everyday people the ability to speak their mind again, because wokeism has gone way too far. And the American election has proven that people agree that we need to go back to common sense. We need to go back to the center, at least. And these mainstream media politicians and celebrities, if they want to have any influence anymore, they're going to have to moderate their left-wing woke propaganda to even get into our ears at all. This is so hopeful, and it gives me so much faith in society that we are awake, we know about the corruption, and we are making our own decisions regardless of what these B-grade celebrities say. It is just incredible. They've lost their trance over us. It's so amazing.